Okay, welcome to Work Together 5.2, where we'll be doing some costing of ending inventory using our FIFO, LIFO, and weighted average. So you can see we have a FIFO, a LIFO, and a weighted average units put in here. We need our instructions and our separate windows. So it says that the forms that have been given to us are for Jensen Auto. And they had the following beginning inventory and then purchases for air filters. At the end of the year, there were 34 units remaining in the inventory. And we want to determine the cost of ending inventory using FIFO, LIFO, and our weighted average inventory costing methods. So what we're going to do here is we're going to start with our FIFO. And so I'm wondering, let me try one thing here. Do that. And I'll bring this over here like that. So we can just fill in the first one here. That'll make it easier. So it says our beginning inventory, we started with 8, and the unit price was $9.96. And let's just fill this in so I can make the screen bigger right away. So our February purchases were 20, and we purchased those at $10.24. May, we bought 20 more. Price went up to $10.36. So notice that we are in a period of inflationary times. We bought 20 more, this time at $10.46 in August, 20 more in November at $10.54, which means that we have 88 units total. So I'm just going to put that back to being large there. Okay, so in order to do FIFO, we need to figure out our total cost. So we're going to take our 8 units at $9.96. That's going to give us a total of $79.68. Then we come down and do 20 times 1040. That's $204.80. May is 10 at 1030 or 20 at $10.36, which is $207.20. In August we had 20 at 1046, which is $209.20. And in November we had 20 at 1054, which is $210.80. Now, we do not add up our totals for unit prices. We do not need to do that. We do total up our total cost that we spent on those 88 units. So when we add up all of our total costs, we come to a total of $911.68. Beautiful, beautiful. Now we go back to figuring out our ending inventory using FIFO. So remember that with FIFO, what we're doing is we are taking the merchandise that was purchased most recently. So that's the way that GAAP defines first in, first out, is our most recent purchases. So if you remember from our instructions over here, our ending inventory was 34 units. So what we're going to do is we're going to plug the 34 in right here because that's the number of units that we have on hand. So we need to work backwards until we get 34 units. So we start here, we're going to use all 20 of the November units. So the 20 units that were at $10.54, that's still our total of $10.80. Does that make sense? Cents and cents. And then we move backward into August. Now, we don't need all 20 of these because if you took 20 and 20, you'd get 40. So we really only need 34 minus 20, which is 14 units. So in order to figure out our FIFO cost for this, we take our 14 units times the $10.46. And when we do that, we get a total of, oops, I think I punched that in wrong. Oh, I'm minusing, good grief. Over here, I can't use my calculator. $146.44. So $146.44. And then to find our FIFO cost, we simply add these two together. So $146.44 and $210.80 comes out to a total of $357.24. That's our FIFO cost. Okay, pretty simple. Let's head down and look at LIFO. The thing to keep in mind with LIFO is we can essentially just copy down everything that we had here all the way over to the total cost because nothing is going to change. So we can just plug all of this in. I'm just literally pulling this information down from these three up here. None of that information changes. So we can just type it in quick. Okay. So moving on to our LIFO now. LIFO, remember, our ending inventory units didn't change. So we're still at our 34 units of ending inventory. However, with LIFO, LIFO means last in, first out. So last in means our earliest purchases. So we go all the way back to beginning inventory when we're doing LIFO. And so with LIFO, we need to get the 34 units. So we're going to use all of our 8. So we can take our 8 times 996 is going to give us a total cost of $79.68. We're also going to be able to use all of the 20 from February because 20 plus 8 is going to be 28. And that's going to be that same total of 204.80. Now we're at 28 and we only need 34. So that means we're only going to use 6 of our units that we purchased in May. So we take 6 times $10.36 and we end up with $62.16. So in order to figure out our LIFO costs, what we do is we add up each of those 3 that we used, and that gives us a total of $346.64. And that is LIFO. Now remember, in a period of inflationary times, meaning prices are rising, you can see that with your unit prices here, they're going up. FIFO is always going to have the highest total ending inventory, which means lower cost of merchandise sold, which means higher net income. LIFO is always going to give you a lower ending inventory, which gives you a higher cost of goods sold and a lower net income. Both have their, places and perks. However, you have to find the one that works best for your business. Now we're going to come down here and do a weighted average. So again, with this one, our information is still going to stay the same. We just have to fill it back in. So I'm just copying this right down from my table above because it does not change. We're just changing the way that we calculate our ending inventory. And just like always, we don't total our unit price, but we do need to find our total cost because that is part of the important part of figuring out our weighted average costing. So we're going to come down here to the bottom, and it's going to show us that our total of beginning inventory and purchases is $911.68. That's coming from right here. This is your total cost of your beginning inventory and purchases. So we take $911.68 and we divide it by the total units that we have. We had 88 units total during that fiscal period, so we plug in 88. And then we take 911.68 and divide by 88, which is going to give us a weighted average unit price of $10.36. So essentially, all we did is try to figure out what the average of this unit price is. And when we do that, it's $10.36. So then we take our units in ending inventory, which again, that just comes from the information they gave us, those 34 units remaining. So we plug in 34 here times that $10.36 we just found, and that's going to give us an ending inventory of $352.24. Now I just want to point out again, the weighted average amount should always be between your LIFO and FIFO. If it is not, that means that you had an error somewhere in calculating your weighted average. Because as you can see, that $352 falls essentially right in between the 357 and the 346. So weighted average will always be between. Okay. So Head on over and complete your 5.2 on your own, as well as your 5.2 application problems. Oops, I didn't get the video to shut off. Oh, goodness sake.